All right, favorite Umaga moment. The
Oh,
match between him and Cena at the Royal Rumble, the last man standing match. JR's commentary when Cena puts Umaga on that STF submission move. And then Jim Ross is yelling, "Look at Cena's face! Look at his face!" I mean, it was intense. It was brutal. Um, I always loved the thumb signature move that he had. I love that match. And then, of course, him and Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania with Stone Cold Steve Austin as the special guest referee, the Battle of the Billionaires between McMahon or Trump. Whoever lost the match would have their head shaved. And Umaga, exciting cat, man. For a guy that size, he can move. He may
yes.
not wow you with the mic skills and all, but his presence, his size, his physicality, his dominance, that's like what wows you. That's like what drives you about Umaga. Gone way too soon, man. He was definitely a excellent wrestler, fun to watch, man. I mean, him back in the 2000s, man, we had some really good wrestling. There was him, Cena, of course, the great Khali, the ruthless aggression era at that time, the physicality with some of the wrestlers back then, BRF and Champ, that was fun to watch though.
Yes.
So got to give big ups to Umaga. Whoever wants to go first.
I'll take this one.
All right.
My favorite moment was before he even became Umaga. Is when he was with his cousin Jamal. I mean Rosie. I think that was his cousin. And I used to love hearing Eric Bischoff. Wait a minute. Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes? And them dudes used to come in that ring and wreck shop until they met Goldberg. Until they met Goldberg. Until they met Goldberg. And Goldberg taught them to take us through that day. It's kind of like the captain of the football team beating up the schoolyard bullies. That was a good moment. Umaga, when he first got introduced, Mr. Estrada beating Kane when Kane was still a monster. 2 Samoan spikes. When you beat Kane back then, you did something. Because Kane didn't lose a lot. Neither did his brother, The Undertaker. So beating Kane before he even became Umaga. And let's not forget that very, very funny segment between him and the great Khali. That was memorable. That remember when him, Khali, and Shane was supposed to be in that tag match, and the great Khali, and they had this long and drawn out little promo, and everybody looking around, nobody knew what the hell they were saying. So, oh man, that was memorable, man. Gone too soon, man. What I would have loved to have seen is Umaga be Roman Reigns' enforcer rather than Solo.
That's interesting.
Because Umaga was dangerous.
Was
Where
ferocious.
Solo, it was more, yeah, you look dangerous, but yeah, okay. But if he would have had Umaga to just, you got to go through me, you got to go through him in order, that's not an easy task. That's a half a year's worth of feuding. And when you unleash a monster like Umaga on someone, remember, Vince McMahon unleashed Umaga on Triple H, and it took a sledgehammer in order to take him down. So, yeah, I would have loved to have seen what he could have did in the Bloodline versus Solo Sikoa. Solo is good. Can't take anything away from gloves, what Flash like to call them, with them, OJ gloves on all the time. But can't take nothing away from him. But I think Umaga would have been a better enforcer for Roman Reigns than Solo was. Solo, like I said, Solo looks dangerous, but it's like he hasn't evolved. Umaga was a pure heel to the core. Came out. I mean, I remember one time he came out and destroyed Mick Foley. I mean, I remember he came out and he destroyed one of the WWE divas. And you know, it took a lot to bring him down. It took the undisputed hero, John Cena, in order to bring him down. When he was a part of 3 Minute Warning before he became Umaga, it took the ultimate hero, Goldberg, in order to take down 3 Minute Warning. When he was the monster heel at WrestleMania, it took the ultimate superhero in Bobby Lashley in order to take him down. That's what defines a heel, in my humble opinion, in wrestling. It takes the ultimate hero in order to bring you down. Even with a bad guy like Kane, who is monstrous, he can't even take you down. It takes Superman in order to bring you down when you're doomsday. Not even Lex Luthor or Grodd can stop you. That's what a heel is about. And that's why I love Umaga. Rest in peace, brother.
BRF?
Umaga moment. You know what? There's one. A lot of the really great Umaga moments weren't always necessarily him winning, but he was just such a dominant force. It took these like Herculean like moments to really like beat him. Like the Extreme Rules match he had with Jeff Hardy, like where Jeff Hardy did the swanton off the top of the truck. Just like it took moments like that to beat Umaga, or like the gosh, what else? Yeah, it was the I'll definitely go back to the last man standing match, but it was the moment. It was the STF, and then John Cena took the ropes and just went around his neck, and just the moment was just like it's almost like it. This is why I love the Umaga character, because it's like when he lost, it wasn't no surprise roll up. It wasn't like no sneaky pin. Like the person that beat him really like put him in the ground. Like it really took that to beat him, and that's why I really like the Umaga character. And I just hate it. I feel like he's one of the better wrestlers that have came through that never was a world champion. I thought he was a world champion. I thought it was just a matter of time, but they never held the WWE title, which I think was unfortunate, because I definitely think he was worthy to be a WWE champion. Yeah, definitely he had a lot of good 3 Minute Warning moments. The moment, which one in particular? Gosh. Yeah, you definitely brought up the Umaga moment where he just, oh Lord, poor Maria. Oh my gosh, what he did that woman, where they were still like, it was still TV 14, and they weren't shying away from the guys beating up the women. Like if it sold a story, like man, what he did to her was just, ooh, that was cruel and unusual punishment. What he did to her, and then it was like, I think it was that one moment where like, gosh, I'm gonna try to keep it as PG as possible. But Eric Bischoff used to have his certain like moments. He liked women, and he had his little skits, his little moments with like certain women, and he had brought a couple of them out, and then he brought Jamal and Rosie out, and he threw one of those girls so high in the air and gave her a Samoan drop. Like I thought he was literally trying to put her through the ring mat. Like that was one of the wildest, craziest things I've ever seen. But I'm trying. Yeah, but it just. But the Umaga character was just so, like, you could tell, I really felt like a world championship was gonna come. Yeah, like it was the Jeff Hardy Extreme Rules match, the match, like the no DQ match he had with Triple H, just, and like taking a sledgehammer to beat him. Another moment it was when WWE had like kind of made ECW the third brand. It was WWE ECW, and it was after a cage match. It was Bobby Lashley versus Hardcore Holly, and Bobby Lashley won the match. So they were building up Umaga and Lashley. I think this was on the road. This was like the WrestleMania build, or it was starting to really heat up. So Bobby Lashley, being the genetic animal he was, well, really always been, but even more so then, Umaga's standing outside of the steel cage and he's talking in his language, but he's just talking. He's mad and he's going. So Bobby Lashley decides to run to the rope, bounce off the rope, jumps through the cage wall, literally throws the cage wall down on Umaga, and the show ended that way. And I'm just like, I remember watching that, and I'm just like, did they really let this man jump through a cage wall on TV and throw it on another man? Like, just some of the just insane stuff that like, I think, yeah, like I feel like in terms of wrestling and action, like the ruthless aggression era, I feel in terms of wrestling is like an unmatched era. Whereas with the Attitude Era was like storylines and building up stories, the ruthless aggression era and even late ruthless aggression before it went to the PG era was just wrestling, action, action, action. So yeah, definitely definitely shout out to Umaga. Yeah, he definitely gone too soon. I just hated he never got a shot to win a a WWE championship, because I definitely think he was well on his way.
I agree.